Make sure I'm okay here. All right, what's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough loss for them boys tonight. 120 to 111. No cat. Big issues. Knicks fall to the Detroit Pistons. Are now currently 14-9 on the season. Jalen Brunson, 31 big points, 10 assists. Mikal Bridges, 20.3 rebounds. Listen, man, look, the reality is that they were down one of their top guns, right? And if you're trying to make up for those 25 points and 13 boards that Cat brings to the table, it's going to be really, really hard to do. This offense is meant to go based on how Cat is. And based on him and Brunson, that's how this offense is supposed to be. But all in all, man, he wasn't there. So now you got to kind of ask for other guys to step up. Now, yes, the Pistons are the Pistons. The Pistons stink. We understand that they lost 3 in a row. But still, they got some guys over there that can ball and that can knock down shots. And they all together shot over 50% from the field in both field goal percentage and threes, while they shot also 84% from the free throw line. We shot 50% from the field, but 30% from three and 59% from the free throw line. We missed 11 free throws, 16 for 27, and we lost 120 to 111. Those extra 11 free throws, that adds to basically 122 points. We win this game tonight, 122 to 120, if we can knock down free throws. But we could not, and that's the ball game. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Coach, how's my audio, man? I'm not in my regular location tonight, man, so I had to kind of improvise. So let me know how my audio is. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if my audio is okay. I don't have my mic tonight, so I apologize. But yeah, man, and that was pretty much the ball game, right? Cade Cunningham went off, triple-double for him. We already know how good he is, man. He is legit, right? He's one of the great young players in this league. It's just his team stinks, right? But if he was playing on a legit team, he would really kind of be pretty much in, all-star consideration for this year. Orlando C, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to them boys, 120 to 111. Jalen Brunson, 31 points, 10 assists. So, four-game winning streak is snapped. I just thought they had it going, man, all together. And then, we can't knock down free throws. And that's big, man. That's big. You got to be able to at least get 20 for 27. I mean, we still lose, but I'm just saying, you got to, you missing 11 free throws is huge in a game like this, right? And there was a time where in the fourth quarter, the Knicks cut the lead down to 2. But they were coming up with big-time shots, man. Listen, they were firing on all cylinders tonight, right? So I believe they made 16 threes tonight. Make sure I got that correct here. Yeah, they made 18 threes tonight they made. They were 18 for 36 from 3. 18 for 36. So they was knocking it down tonight, man. So they're coming off a 3-game losing streak. We just ended our 4-game losing streak. So something had to give, right? And with us being down, Cat was huge, man. Was huge. This is why Cat is so important. Not just the fact of, like I said, his 25 and 13, but it's the fact of how he plays. He makes it so much easier for everyone else to get off because he opens up the floor. You have to account for him. So now, what the offense looked like today, it looked like last year's offense with Brunson. And Brunson trying to go 105. He had 4 turnovers tonight. I believe either 4 or 5. Let me check. Make sure I had that number correct. Brunson had 5 turnovers, right? So this looked like Brunson last year, right? When there's no offensive weapons and he pretty much has to be the hero and he hopes that guys on the wings on the outside knock down shots. If they don't knock down shots, the Knicks are going to struggle, right? So when you bring Cat in here, extra 25 and 13, now that opens up the offense. It's, 5 out, spread out. Now Bridges can get off. Now OG Anunoby can get off. Josh Hart can be Josh Hart. It changes the offense. Now, let's say if it was a situation where Brunson was out, right? It would be the same. You would see the same thing tonight because now you don't have a guy at the top of the key that can orchestrate the offense, right? So they need both. You need both of those guys. Both of those guys are 25-point scorers for this team. You can't have one of those guys go down. Now, yes, of course, you feel like, okay, it's Detroit. Apologize for the lighting too, guys. Sorry. Sorry. I'm at the folks' house, man, so I'm kind of visiting there. So you can say, okay, but it's Detroit. It still doesn't matter, man, in this league. It doesn't matter. I've said this before, and I've stressed it to you guys. This league is tough. It doesn't matter how much you think a team stinks. You could lose, period. And so, yes, they should have beat Detroit. I'm not sitting there trying to make excuses. But what I am saying is that this team is still learning how to win in certain ways. So you're going to have losses like this sometimes. It is what it is. It's a long season. But no way do we kind of just shut things down and make it seem like, okay, we don't have it together and, just jumping out the window with a whole bunch of excuses about this team. I thought altogether, I love the fact of how they played Precious. I thought Precious looked really, really good tonight. He had that one sequence. I'm sorry, I would have had my highlights, man. I apologize. But he had that one sequence where, he blocked the shot on Jalen Duren. He pushed down the court, ran, and was hustling down. Brunson him with that bounce pass. He got the ferocious dunk for N1. I thought he played extremely well tonight. I loved Akaporte's activity, right? I thought he was great also. Got a couple of lob dunks from Brunson, right? He was part of that charge that kind of helped the Knicks end off the third quarter really strong to where they cut the lead down to 2, right? So I thought that was fabulous from Akaporte as well. I think Sims is kind of like I think it's pretty much done for Sims, man. And the reason why I say that is because you just saw in the second half what happened, right? Precious Achiuwa started the game, not Sims. So, it's like what I told you guys. With Mitch being down and Precious being hurt, this was Sims' best opportunity to really show and prove what he can do. Not a couple of games here and there you play good, and then a couple of games you play bad. You got to get some stability and be consistent in your play. And I feel like he hasn't turned the corner. And with Akaporte's play, it's not going to be too much longer because I think Mitch is close, right? I think Mitch is really close. So it's not going to be that much longer to where Sims is pretty much going to be done. And I think that also, too, I think it's a contract year for Sims. So all in all, I just thought that tonight wasn't good for him, right? As far as what, he wants to do and as far as playing time goes. Because now, Precious is back and he looked really good tonight. So Akaporte's impact tonight, right? So now it's going to get to the point where Tibbs is going to kind of say, okay, look, I've given you opportunities, man. And you're going out there and just not really playing well. So I got to go with the guys who I feel like are going to play better. That's it. Westchester Lester, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to the boys, 120-111. Kel Bridges, 20 big points. So all in all, I think that, that's he kind of, I don't want to say he messed it up for himself, but that's how it is in this league, man. You got to come ready to play, man. Sorry. And can't have nights like this. Not with a guy like Tibbs, man. He doesn't really do too well with stuff like that. So, yeah. So, I think we might see the last of him. I think he's going to still play until Mitch comes back. But after Mitch comes back, I think this is pretty much going to be a wrap for Sims. But all in all, it was a great game, man. I thought it was a great game. I love the fact that these guys showed fight, even though they wasn't playing their best. I love the fact that they cut the lead to 2. I felt there was an opportunity for the Knicks to win. But I think they missed that offensive punch, man. Cat changes everything, man. Cat changes everything for this team. He really, truly does, man. And I think that that's exactly what happened tonight. Period. He's 25-13, man. Where are we making that up at? Right? So you add his 25 on top of Mikal Bridges' 30, or 20, excuse me. You add that on top of Josh Hart's 17, OG Anunoby 17. You get 25 from Cat. We win this game. We win this game. They only scored 111 on us. We win this game. So, I think that's big time. I thought OG Anunoby had great moments. Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to the boys, 120-111. Captain Jalen Brunson, 31 points, 10 assists. So yeah, man. So hey, man, what's going on with this ref, man? Does he have issues with Josh Hart? Like, what is the situation with that? Josh Hart's going back. He feels like, they should have called a foul. He gives him a tech as he's walking off the court earlier in the game. Then Cade Cunningham is in his face screaming at him. Josh Hart is looking at him like, yo, my man, you just gave me a tech for walking off the court saying certain things. You're not going to give this guy a tech? Josh Hart says something else to him about it. He gives Josh Hart another tech and throws him out. It's very, very weird, man. Very, very weird. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they have history together. If he doesn't really like Josh Hart. I don't know. Some of these refs, they're people too, man. And I would not be surprised if they kind of have some underlying issues with a guy that they're not willing to really kind of put out there in the front street. They kind of wanted to kind of be on, like, kind of lay low on it. But it's obvious he has an issue with Josh Hart, because that makes no sense. That makes no sense for you to throw him out the game for him saying a couple of words to you, but then this kid is up in your face screaming because you didn't see a call, but you allow him to do that and you don't give him a tech. So I didn't really agree with that at all. At all. But tough loss, man. Tough loss. Tough loss. Shorthanded. Tough loss. Got to monitor this thing with the cat in his knee, though. I hope he's okay. I didn't see that he had a knee problem going out the game. I know he had issues with his shorts, but I didn't know last game he had problems with his knee. Right. So that's something to monitor. Remember, guys, he had, if I'm correct, guys, I think it was a meniscus surgery last year. He hurt his knee with the Timberwolves, and he came back, I believe, right before the playoffs. And he played really, really well. And, of course, he played well against Joker. That's what helped him get to the Western Conference Finals, right? So, I don't know. You got to kind of watch that and kind of monitor that with Big Cat. Make sure he's okay. Thought Deuce played well tonight. Thought he played well defensively. Thought he got after it. Deuce played 27 minutes. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Precious Achiuwa had fabulous numbers. 6 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, in 28 minutes. That's the production we know Precious to be. Right? So you add that on top of what Cat brings. And then, of course, when Mitch comes back, I think we're going to be fine. But what tonight showed me was how important it is to have Cat out there and how important it is to have Brunson out there. We can't afford, like, both of those guys to be sitting down. We can't really afford for one of those guys to be sitting down. And I know that stinks. I know a lot of people are like, yo, man, that's not good. Those guys provide so much production to this team that the only way it balances itself out is if you have another big that could put up somewhat close the amount of points that he can, maybe like 17 or something like that. If you don't really have that, that's going to really be tough for your offense, because this offense is tailor-made for Cat and Brunson. And all those other guys are just pieces around them. And that's what you saw tonight. You saw an offense that looked kind of discombobulated. Like they just didn't seem to have it all clicking. And to me, that's the biggest thing, right? Because when you design an offense based around 2 guys, one of those guys goes down, you're going to take a step back. Offensively, you are. And this is a 5-out, spread-out offense. So you're going to need, the head of the snake. You're going to need both of those guys. When those guys go down, you're going to be limited. And I thought tonight we were limited offensively. On top of the fact that, we of course missed free throws and all that stuff, and we could not throw the ball on the river from 3, man. 39% from 3 and 59% from the free throw line. So you're not going to win many games like that at all. Let me go to chat really quick, man. Let's see what you guys talking about, man. Orlando C. Come on, Detroit. Like I said before, no consistency. Got to win these games as against lesser competition. Orlando, man, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. But I think they've been playing well. I just think they were shorthanded tonight. And then also, too, it doesn't help that they're not knocking down free throws. So I think altogether, this league is tough, man. This league is tough. And if you don't really have your top guns and you're still learning how to win as a team, you're going to have nights like this. You just are. So, yes, they're not consistent in certain areas, but I think they're learning how to be consistent. So because we're a fairly new team in all aspects, You got to understand there's going to come ups and downs with this journey through the season, right? It's 82 games, man. So, I think we're fine, right? I think we're fine. We were down Cat tonight, and I think that played a big part. Cully, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. If it's your first time coming through, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew. I apologize with all the semantics, the lighting, and my mic's not here. First time coming through with my crew, man. I'm going to make sure it's tightened up for you next time, man. But I appreciate you coming through. Subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you rocking with me and my crew tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 120 to 111. Coach says, of course, we missed Cat's dominance. Agreed, man. Agreed. Listen, man. I love the word you used, dominance, because that's what he's been, right? And so, like I said earlier, it came to where it was more like a Brunson offense, like it was last year, man. He had 5 turnovers tonight. There's a reason why he had 5 turnovers, because what they were doing, they were trapping him. They were trapping him and they were saying, okay, we're gonna make you jump pass and do all these other things to these other guys, and then we're gonna force them to knock down shots. If they can't knock down shots, you guys are in trouble tonight. And that's basically what happened. Right? I mean, Mikal Bridges, what was he tonight, man? I thought he played all right. He was 8 for 17 from the field, right? But he was 3 for 9 from 3. OG Anunoby was 6 for 15, but he was 2 for 8 from 3, right? Josh Hart was 7 for 11, but he was 1 for 4 for 3. Deuce was 3 for 7, but he was 1 for 5 from 3, right? So once again, we wasn't knocking it down. We couldn't throw the ball on the river from 3, right? We were 11 for 34 tonight. And that's the ball game, man. That's the ball game. We were 11 for 34. They were 18 for 36, right? So they made 7 more 3-pointers than we did, right? That's the ball game, man. That's the ball game. And I think that, you're right on, Cat. I mean, you're right on, Coach. We missed Cat's dominance. Westchester Lester says Knicks can't afford to keep Sims anyway. With Cat's contract, this his last season with us. Yeah, man. Sims is kind of Sims hurt himself, man, because he had opportunities to really kind of, grab some minutes by the chokehold, and he's kind of. Tibbs ain't got no patience, man. You know how Tibbs is, man. He has no patience for certain things. And if you're not contributing, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing out there, he's gonna snatch you out, man. That's just like high school, man. He's gonna do that. He's not gonna really have no patience. So, especially if he's got guys behind you that can play better. Westchester Lester said paint defense was white cheese. Yeah, it was, man. It wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. And then also, too, Leicester, man, they were knocking down threes left and right, man. They shot 50% tonight. Let us see. We need to learn to win without marquee players because our bench is suspect. Agreed, man, but let us see, man, it's kind of hard to say that because most teams, man, they got to learn to win without marquee players, but you need these marquee players. That's why these guys are getting the big bucks. So you need these marquee players to win these games. And if those marquee players aren't there, man, you're asking your bench guys to pull out wins for you. That's really tough to do, man. That's really tough to do. And I'm not saying that they can't do that, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really, really hard. Lester says personal stuff stays off the court. That ref needs to be disciplined if that's the case. You know what, Lester? Agreed, man. Agreed. I don't know what the situation is with that, but that was really obvious that he's got an issue with Josh Hart. Like it's very obvious. Like, so as I'm sitting and I'm watching, I'm like, yo, man, what are you doing? Why would you throw him out the game? He didn't say anything. So because of that, you're going to toss him, but Cade Cunningham is screaming in your face like that, and you just let him just sit there and do it. Josh Hart says something, you give him a tech and you toss him. Agreed. He needs to be disciplined for that. Agreed. Cully says that's the thing. The Pistons don't play like how their record shows. Listen, man, the reality is, Cully, this is the league, man. And you got to come ready to play every single night. You can't take no nights off. All these dudes is nice. You see Cade Cunningham, right? He's legit, right? So he had triple-double tonight. So he could play. We know Tim Hardaway can light it up. You know Beasley can knock it down, right? So those guys are filling it up. We know how good Jaden Ivey is because we wanted him. So he has a lot of upside. So you got a lot of guys out there that can fill it up offensively if they get cooking. And that's basically what happened tonight. But even still with that, the Knicks had an opportunity to win because of how bad this team is. We just couldn't knock down our free throws, and we could not knock down a three to save our life. Coaches, it might take a while for Precious to get back to last year's production. Listen, it looked like his production was pretty good today, Coach. I thought Precious played really, really well tonight. Really, really well. He had a lot of great moments, man. So I can't even say that. I think it's gonna happen a lot quicker because, perfect example, Sims started. Sims only played 4 minutes tonight. He started, he didn't play well. Tibbs yanked him out. Second half, Precious was starting at center. That tells you right there, man. And then Akaporte came in for Precious to give him some minutes. So I think talking about trying to get Precious back slowly, not with Tibbs. He almost played 30 minutes tonight. Last game, I think he played 12 or 13 minutes, I believe, or something like that. And yeah. Coach, it seems like he's off a step. Agreed. I mean, he's got to get his timing together, of course, Coach. But outside of that, I thought he played really, really well tonight. I thought he played really, really well. Coaches, they should lump Sims with a couple of seconds and that Washington first and get Kessler. That's not going to be enough, man. That's not going to be enough for Kessler. Not with Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is going to win everything. That's how he does, man. He's going to win. And I think, they're talking about the Kessler thing. I don't know how like real that is though, Coach. I don't think that's a real thing. I think that's like, that's kind of like, just fake news, man. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Knicks are going to do that deal. Now, we would go back and forth about the whole Cat piece, but the Knicks really wanted Cat. That was everyone knew that, right? Because of Leon Rose, CAA, and all that stuff, and of course, all the history with that they've known from family and all that good stuff, right? So it was kind of known that was something that the Knicks really wanted to do with Towns. This Kessler thing, I'm not too sure about that. Not too sure about that. When did he get thrown out? He got thrown out with like 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Coach. After Kay Cunningham turned the ball over, the Knicks cut the lead to 6 or 7. Right? It was right there. We was right there. Teddy tosses Josh Hart out because Josh Hart said to him, "Yo, my man, how you going? I guess he was letting him have it. But it wasn't demonstrative. He wasn't screaming at him. Josh Hart probably was talking underneath his breath, which I saw. The ref got mad and tossed him. That's weak, man. That's a weak move by that ref. Really weak. Cody says, it feels good to have Precious back. Yeah, it does, man. It does, man. It definitely does. Cody says, more options in the paint. Agreed. See, that's the beauty of him. Because now, I'm sorry, man. My computer is off. I don't got no sturdy thing right here. Apologies. That's the beauty of him. Because with him, he can mix and match. You can play him he could guard all 5 positions. Very similar to OG Anunoby. But he's better at the 4, right? But they had him at the 5 tonight, and he still held it together. I thought he did really, really well. And that's what him and Mitch are going to bring. That's what's going to change things. But what I do know is that we can't afford games where Cat or Brunson's not playing. That can't happen. That can't happen. And the reason why I say that is because it's just based off of the way this offense is designed. the way all of this is designed, right? It's designed for a 5-out, spread out offense. So if you don't have your key cogs, right, your key things that's really going to make this go, you're going to have an off night offense. You are. And I just felt, watching the game, it felt like Brunson all again last year. It felt like Brunson in the playoffs, man. He was hitting the deck. He was forcing shots because he knows that there's no one else out there that can create their own shot at a high clip like him. With Cat, and also Cat's great rebounding, you took away a lot of their second chance points, and then you get a lot of their bigs in foul trouble because of Cat's driving force, his hitting his threes, his passing at the top of the key, all those things. That 5, it just works perfectly, man. You've seen this these last couple of games. So that's what hurts. But having Precious back, now you're able to kind of mix and match lineups, and things will kind of work itself out because all right, well, I got Cat in the middle. And so now offensively, Precious can kind of roam and be him. Right? So that's the beauty of, him coming back. Coaches and go after Khalil Ware. They're not going to be able to get him. Where's he at now, Coach? I think he's with the Heat, right? Isn't he with the Heat? The Heat not going to let go of him, man. He's too good of a ball player, man. He's really good. He's really good, but he's young. He's athletic. They're not going to trade. Why would they give that up for Sims and a first? They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. The Heat. Oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. That's a long day, man. Long day. Got to get out, but I had to reach out to my people, man. Kind of touch bases with y'all, man, about this game tonight, man. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. But I think we'll be fine. I mean, once again, Ray, what are we? 14-9. So I think we'll be okay. So I'm not really too worried about this loss, man. It happens. It's a long season. Coaches, yeah, we would have never got him. I'm just rambling. Yeah, man. We were gonna. He's too good of a player, man. He's really good. He's got a good upside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm surprised they're not playing him next to Bam and having Bam play the 4 and having that kid play the 5. But I think they like Bam at the 5, man. That's why that's happening. I just have to wait for Monster Mitch. Yeah, you see him on the sidelines, right? I think he's close, man. I think he's close to coming back. Same thing. I think he's close. But I think that they're not going to push it, right? They're gonna wait to the last option. Meaning, like, he could have probably. I think he could come back in December, but I think they're going to wait. They're going to wait, kind of like what Philly should have did with Embiid. They're going to wait for Mitch. Like, they're not going to really push this and rush this because look, we still got a great record. We're still fine, so I'm not really too worried about it. But when he does come back, we're going to be really, really tough to beat. Really, really tough to beat. So it should be extremely, extremely exciting. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's my show, man. Listen, LV Live had to do a little makeshift thing. I apologize, man. My show was really more locked in than what it is. So I apologize today, man. I'm kind of doing this in a different location. Mic system's not perfect. The lighting is kind of crazy, but I apologize for that, right? But listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, please leave comments. I do respond to comments. And also, too, just continue to come by, continue to rock with me, and I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me if you're watching this on replay, and also, too, if it's your first time coming through. All right, but listen, people, that's my show. I will be back Monday to discuss the Toronto Raptors game, so please come through and check that out. All right, but listen, that's my show. Tough loss to them boys, 120-111. I will be back Monday. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.